sports all plays. Yeah. All sports all plays. All sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace up the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to G.S.R. Gonzo Sports Room, Wednesday, July 12, 2023. I'm Gonzo, joined by Big Glenn. How's it going, man?
I'm doing great, man. Wish the Fever would have got that win today, but I think based on how that game went, we will take it.
Oh yeah, that was. We'll talk a little bit about that. That was a crazy game today.
Yeah, I knew they was gonna make me regret not going, but we'll leave that at
that. Yeah, Glenn don't go to a game and they almost make history and make a miraculous comeback in the fourth quarter. What's up with that, man?
I knew one of two things was gonna happen. We was either gonna get beat by a lot, or they was gonna make me regret not going. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was doing the afternoon show with Mike Hughes and Rob Scott was on there, and Mike was covering the Liberty today. He actually done a pregame, postgame interviews with a lot of the players. If everything goes right, I'll be doing that with the Fever here, hopefully after the Allstar break.
Yeah, I used to follow the Fever PR, but their Twitter page is like private, so I was like, but
if everything goes right after All-Star break, I'll at least be doing the virtual interviews like that. And if everything goes right, I'll have credentials and be at some of the games.
Yeah, if you get those, I'll be coming down to see you.
We'll see. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll see what happens, but that's what it's looking like as of right now. So that'd be pretty cool. But the Fever were down. But me and Mike were talking about the game because he was keeping an eye on it. I turned it on Facebook because I couldn't get my stream to work on my TV, so I was watching on Facebook, which is crazy to me. That's the easiest way to watch a Fever game is on Facebook. But and they were down by 18, and they were getting. I hate to say it, but they were getting dominated. Three quarters of that game, and made that big fourth quarter comeback, and then Boston hit that three to tie the game. But one thing I liked about it is, they fell apart in overtime a little bit. Didn't get the win, but I like the heart that they showed. They didn't give up. They battled, and I think that shows growth in a young team. I mean, because you got a lot of first, second year players on this team. There's not like we got a lot of experience. We got a lot of young players, so I thought that was like a moment of growth because it showed them sticking together, fighting back, and they were able to get themselves back in the game. And then the joy they showed when Boston hit that three. At first, I thought they won the game the way they were celebrating. And I was like, "Hey, calm down. It's tie game. You're going to overtime. You still got to play some more."
Yep, still got another 5 minutes of overtime. But when All-Stars make do, and they, all WNBA players and stuff like Brianna Stewart and Sariu Ionescu, you want to have them step up when it matters most. And I wasn't surprised that Sabrina torched us in overtime. So,
yeah, man, you never know. But hey, just, like I said, the way that game went, that it was a miracle that game even went to overtime. The way that game went, because I mean they were getting dominated for 3/4 of that game. But Boston's a beast.
She really is. She
there's
showed
no
out.
other way to put it. But how do you see the Fever team finishing the season?
Well, I thought we was going to go into something else for a second, but I'm okay with continuing on this conversation. I think there's going to be a trade made somewhere. And based on the actions of, I want to say actions, but body language of Kelsey Menzel when Leah Boston hit that 3 to tie the game, she wasn't vibing too well like the rest of us or the rest of the team in that way. And it sucks to see her.
I didn't see it. What was she doing?
So when Leah hit that 3, everybody but like her rushed to Leah. And like Kelsey was not showing no emotion. She was rather emotionless, Like I want to see like she doesn't care, but I know she cares, But like I feel like she wants out of Indy.
Is it because is her playing time getting cut, or is it? I mean, why do you think she wants out of?
Her playing time got cut today because Grace Berger and Emma Cannon went off like you wouldn't believe. Like Emma Cannon like went Michael Jordan on everybody, like the same way Enrique Agubawale did to us on Sunday, and helped keep us in the game and make that big comeback. And when we had that I think it was the second to last time out is when Christy put Kelsey back in for the last possession, to tie the game up or attempt to tie the game up. Then I think it's just a mixture of things. She unfortunately, with the way the Fever have been since I started going to games in person, when the year she got drafted in 2018. We haven't known anything but losing, unfortunately. So she probably wants to try something different. And honestly, it's with the potential that she does feel that way, I would like for us to help her move forward in that way. Because, you shouldn't hold somebody back if you're not feeling it.
Yeah, it looks like these young players are going to start taking more and more of her playing time. And she's been there so long that all the management and the coaches and everything have changed. So they're not really invested in her like they are these young players because they drafted these young players. You know what I mean? So they got more invested. And so she's at the point in her career where it probably is best for her to move on.
Yes, and going back to what I was mentioning about last week, Oscar
Berger's going to be starting. Before too long, Berger's going to be starting.
Oh, after today, I wouldn't be surprised if when we come back from this All-Star break next week, if she gets starts or at least has a hefty amount of minutes.
So when's the All-Star game this weekend?
Yes, me and my guy Frank, we are flying out Friday morning, and we get there just in time for the 3-point competition. That starts at 4 p.m. local time here in Indy. It actually starts at 1 o'clock out there on the West Coast. Then that lasts for about an hour and a half. Then the All-Star game is on ABC, 8:30 p.m. on ABC Eastern time. So it's like a 2-day event, Friday, Saturday. We'll be back on Sunday night and the Monday morning.
So the All-Star game is Saturday night?
Yeah, it's not in the afternoon like it was this last season, which I think is awesome because I feel All-Star games like that and just NBA, just basketball in general, those kind of games are prime time national TV.
Yeah. No, that's a good time spot. I won't be able to watch it. I'll be at in Greenfield for WCWO Saturday night. So I'll have to catch the highlights when I get home and then stuff like that. But it should be pretty good. What'd you think of the Major League Baseball All-Star game?
That was pretty good. It was good to see the. Yeah, I did actually. I seen whether NL finally beat him for like the first time. What 9 years? I think it was 9 years. The NL hasn't won since like 12 or 13.
Yeah, it was 9. Yep, 9 years. Which I knew it had been a long time, like a long time, but I didn't realize it had been 9 years. When they said 9 years, I was like, okay, I think that was a little longer than I thought it had been. But it was a good game. You had some good defensive plays. Got a couple of home runs that was robbed. I mean, then you had the big home run by Diaz to put National League in there. Of course, the Reds closer Diaz came in and looked good, which he's the best closer in baseball, in my opinion.
Then the Diaz from Colorado hit that game winner. You know.
Oh yeah. I thought it was a good game, especially for an All-Star game. I know a lot of people are complaining about the jerseys though. They don't like that they want them to go back to the old school where they wear their team jerseys. They said them jerseys last night were terrible. They said them jerseys last night were terrible. I didn't think they were bad.
Yeah, I think
like
one of the guys.
I want one of them hats, Cincinnati. I want one of them hats, but I'm more of a hat guy than I am a jersey person.
Yeah, same here. My hat collection is pretty deep and everything. But yes, I was listening to Greeny on the radio this morning after the Van Morning Show wrapped up, and I think Kenny and Carlin that fills in for Greeny during that time slot was like, those All-Star jerseys look like they came from Walmart. I'm like, you know.
Oh no! I was seeing a lot of people that they were saying they were atrocious. I mean, people were really hating on them.
Yeah, they was hating on them. All right.
How's it going, Billy?
What's up, David? My man.
Hey, David.
I'd
Billy
say
said about time they won. Yeah, it took him long enough, didn't it, Billy? Especially when you're a National League guy. Especially when you're a National League guy like I am. It took too long. But and Billy said they look blah. Damn.
Yeah,
I'm more of a hat guy.
Yes. I like that logo on the side too that they had. I was like,
yeah.
That looks nice.
Yeah, I like the hats, but I want one of them Cincinnati Reds City Connect hats. The black one with the big red C.
The one I was telling you about that I thought about buying myself. That one.
Them sweet.
Yeah.
So you fly out Friday.
Yeah, Friday. They was trying to get us to take the Thursday flight, but they was just jacking around with it, and I was getting pissed off about it, because they wasn't getting back to me, on it, and they got a hold of me today, asked if I still won. I'm like, I think we're going to stick with the original plan at this point, so because we'll get there an hour and a half before the thing starts. So,
have you been to the WNBA All-Star before?
I have not, but I have been to Michelob Ulster Arena that's connected there to Mandalay Bay. It's a nice arena, man. Like the only bad memory I have about going to that arena is when I went out there a year ago, actually this week, because the game was on like July 21st last year, which is actually my mom's birthday. And the Aces smoked us by like 20 points. And it's amazing that I am a year later going back out there, so.
Because you win everything.
Yeah. You ain't lying about that one, Gonzo.
You think the Fever have any chance of coming back and making the playoffs this season, or you think it's going to be a team that's building toward next year?
We have the potential to get close to 500, but I think at this point it's going to be a stretch at this point because the amount of games that we played already. We're like 5-14 now, or 5-15, or something like that. So we're like 9 or 10 games under 500. That's going to be hard to do. But the way this team has fought back,
there's been 5 or 6 of them games that they could have won.
Yeah, we could easily be like at 500, similar to the record that the Dallas Wings have. They're like 10-10 or 9-9 or something like that. The last time I checked, now it's like yesterday. So we could easily be out there with those ladies. But yet, because of those 7 games that we lost, unfortunately, you know.
Yeah, because there was they even had a good chance of beating the Aces a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, down when I was at the race in St. Louis, and when they went out to road games up there in Vegas and stuff. So that road trip didn't end
Yeah, because Mike Hughes messaged me and said, Mike Hughes sent me a text message, said, Fever about to beat the Aces. Then he messaged me back a few minutes later and said, now the Aces are up by 10 or something like that. I was like, God damn it, Mike.
Yeah, exactly. Mike was probably like, what the hell? Why can't we do this? Yes. I know he's a Sky fan. That's why I say that.
Oh, yeah. He's big with the Sky. David's the king of winning.
Yeah. Or to give, or the other nickname I've also given myself is the giveaway chief.
Giveaway chief.
Yeah, Rowan Reigns knockoff.
Billy said put a 3-team $30 parlay on Baltimore Rangers and Dodgers.
And that's for tomorrow, correct?
I don't think there's any games till Friday.
No, wait, yeah, that's Friday. Yeah, because looking at the schedule, I thought there was a game on tomorrow, but I was like, oh wait, Friday night, because all the games start at like at least 6 o'clock.
Yeah, 6 o'clock, and the last one starts a little after 10. There's a bunch of games. Reds play the Brewers. Yeah. It's a big series. If we can win this series, we'd be up a couple games on them. Because we're up 1 game on them now. It'd be nice if we could sweep the series, but at least it'd be nice to win the series after we just lost the series to them there in Milwaukee.
Is it a 3-game or a 4-game series?
3-game.
3-game. Yeah, if we can get 2 from them guys, we'll be good.
But then we play we got a tough schedule coming up, because I think then we play like the Giants and
in the West probably.
I'm trying to remember who else, but we got like 2 or 3 pretty tough series coming up. I think maybe one of them might be Baltimore again. Yeah, I'd have to look at it, but I can't remember for sure. But yeah, like I said, we got a pretty tough schedule coming up, so we need to get off to a good start.
Yeah, we
here
can't
after this Allstar
break early like that, because that's not going to be good. Because you know the fans in those Facebook pages going to be going nuts.
And Dad and I were talking earlier. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think that the Reds will make any moves on the trade deadline, or do you think they'll more stay pat with what they have?
I'd like to see us get Shohei Ohtani. Yeah, Shohei Ohtani. I'll be like that picture that I commented on your thing about the other day of Hulk Hogan saying, "Yeah." You probably be able to hear me all the way up.
We'd have to give up. We'd have to give up too much to get Shohei.
Yeah, very true.
Unless you get him as a free agent, but then they're not going. The Reds aren't going to spend that kind of money in free agency to bring in Shohei.
Yeah, Castellini
they don't do that. I think if they do anything, they'll be maybe trying to get a pitcher. I don't think they're going to do anything positionally. Our batting order's real good. I mean, hell, we were hitting the ball around 270 on the season, and we've been pounding the ball here lately pretty much, other than that one game where we couldn't hit shit. But we lost 1-0, which is rare for the Reds, because we usually score 4 or 5 runs a game. Hell, when Weaver pitches, we score 7.5 runs a game. I think we just needed to let him pitch, because it don't matter if he gives up 4 or 5 runs, we score 7.5.
Yeah.
Although
that way.
He always has that one inning. And what there for a while was always the first inning. He gave up like 4 runs. Well, then here lately, he's been making it out of the first inning, but it'll be like the 3rd inning. He'll have an inning and he'll give up 2 or 3 runs.
Yeah, all of a sudden you're down like 4-1.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think he's more. I think he fits better as a reliever in the reliever role, and that's what he was going to be in originally. But then Hunter Green goes down, Lodolo goes down, Ashcraft was out for a while, so he's kind of got thrusted up into the starting role. Where I think the plan was for him to be more of a reliever this season.
Yeah, most definitely. I remember when we tried to have Aroldis Chapman try to start him, but he's more of a reliever as well in that way. So it's almost like the same situation almost.
And Chapman went to the Rangers.
Yeah, I remember we was talking about that last week, and somebody, I forget who it was, they went with those guys. So there went that idea, you know.
I'm ready for baseball to start back up. I missed her not having a. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's
thanks, Billy. Billy looked it up. I knew they had some tough series coming up. They play the Brewers, then the Giants, then the Diamondbacks, and then the Brewers again. So I mean they got a tough stretch coming up here.
I'll blind you with some fever, man.
Yeah, Billy, that's a tough schedule there. I mean, Brewers, Giants, Diamondbacks, and Brewers. That's like, and you just came off a series against the Brewers. So I mean, that's tough stretch there. Hey, how's it going, Ray?
Yeah.
Well, you've been watching much of the Indiana Pacers Summer League?
Yes, I have actually this week. I was checking out some of the games, not actually watching them, but like the stat lines. I see where we had played like Isaiah and Nimhard and those guys, those first few the games of the Summer League, but like today we didn't play them, which I can understand why is because those players are going to be playing big minutes for us this year. We want to try to play guys the rest of the Summer League into this weekend with guys who will potentially be on two-way contracts or just outright G League contracts, like the Bad Ants. And I seen where we lost to Oklahoma City today, but then again, like I was saying, when we have the guys that are going to get big minutes with us during the regular season with us not play, you'll have games like today.
Yeah. I liked what I seen out of Walker.
Yeah, Aldris, yeah. That's good. That is going to be good.
And even in I'm not going to pronounce his name right. We picked him up as an undrafted free agent from Kentucky. Toshibe. I think it's like Toshibe or something like that.
Toshibe, yeah. Yeah, I remember that name. I can't. His name is hard to pronounce, almost like Giannis Antetokounmpo.
But he's looked good. He looked good in the summer league as well. So,
oh yeah,
and I like the pickups they made. I like the pickups they've made. We're getting Toppin and Brown. So it's going to be interesting. I'm ready for the see him play in the preseason and see more of what the starting lineup is going to look like.
Oh yeah, most of it, because it's going to definitely take shape when it gets they get started getting ready for training camp here at the end of September, early October. The NBA schedule will actually probably be released here in about a month's time. So it's usually the middle part of August. So we'll pretty much will know when our first preseason game is and everything else and stuff. So
Matherin and Nimhard both played some good ball during the summer league when they were in there.
Oh yeah, they definitely did, man. Like
Nimhard. I look for Matherin to have a big year.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He had a good stat line that first game that they played and everything. So he's still got to work on his attacking ability. He gets a little bit too aggressive sometimes, but I think in a year or two he'll have it figured out.
And I like the way Nimhard looked too. Nimhard was playing at his own pace and he looked good out there. They were having trouble stopping him. So
yeah,
and he played some good minutes for the Pacers last year as well.
Oh yeah, the best minute that he ever played was when he hit that 3 against LA in LA right before Christmas.
Oh yeah, it was over LeBron, wasn't it?
Yep. I think LeBron slacked off on defense and kind of like let him shoot, thinking that he wasn't gonna make it. Oh, guess what? He did. So, yeah.
I remember watching that. I was watching that game live.
I was laying in bed. I had the game on the radio, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" David calls me up. Then my guy Frank calls me up. Then our group chat we had with the fan zone and stuff, but the people are in it. We had I was like going nuts in there. I was like, "Oh yeah, you know."
Oh yeah, I can imagine that
like
chat group was blowing up.
Oh, it was, man.
Oh yeah, it was late because they were playing in LA, weren't they?
Yep, and it was. I think the game in like just like 12:30ish. It was close to 1 in the morning. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was late. Cause I remember I was late. I was laying in bed watching it.
Yeah. Yeah, what
Dave was saying about Tyrese. On the West Coast.
Yeah, what they was saying about Tyrese and Miles being off rotation, that is still true, man. Like when Miles went down with the injury last year, the defensive production was lacking big time, especially in the post, because he is such a good rim protector that when he's not out there, I mean, you got pretty much people like you and I going in to get scoring a whole lot of points, you know.
Oh yeah, no, and if our defense and our rebounding improve, we're going to be a tough team because scoring the basketball wasn't the Pacers' problem last year.
No,
but our defense couldn't stop nothing, and then our rebounding, we gave teams so many second chances. When we did get a stop, we gave them a second chance, and then they ended up scoring. So, if we can improve there, I think the Pacers are a playoff team.
Yeah, the epitome of that problem with the rebounding was severely magnified the day after Thanksgiving last season when we played Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets had everybody essentially out, like Durant and those guys, because one of them or both of them were injured. So you had like old ass Patty Mills and guys like that were pretty much second, third team guys on that team, like killing us on the rebounding and everything. It was unreal, man. Like they on the rebounding total, I remember looking up from the fan zone and like they were rebounding us like 48-25. You know, it's like we gotta improve on that. You letting second, third team guys beat you.
Oh yeah, David, I agree that the guys in Tyrese and Miles are the future, and I think Bruce Brown's a big addition.
Yes,
and I think Toppin's going to be a big addition. I think Toppin's a better player than what a lot of people think or giving him credit for. I really do, and what we got him for, I really like that move.
He's gonna be the secret to success for us this year. Like he could easily be in the most improved player category when at the end of the season comes around.
Because I was during the playoffs, he had a pretty good first round of the playoffs for the Knicks, and then the second round, Thibodeau wasn't playing him, and you can go back on some of the shows. I was like, I don't understand why Toppin's not playing more.
Yeah, I remember you and Jay was talking about that and everything, and it came up on some of the sports betting talk. You and Tony, we were like, you know, this is ridiculous. But then again, though, when you look back at Tom Thibodeau's history with coaching with every team that he's coached, there are times, especially in the playoffs, where it becomes ridiculous because of how he is as coach, not playing guys or playing overexerting the players that he's playing.
Yeah,
and shooting yourself in the foot.
Well, yeah. I just hope Rick Carlisle can get this team playing better defense.
Oh, he should.
I don't think if he don't have a good year this year, you think he could be on his way out?
Potentially, yes. starts out bad, or by the time we get to the All-Star break, we are or close to the same position as we were last season. I think for Rick to keep his job, I think he's going to have to at least get at least 40 wins. I think any shy of that or under 35 is going to be a bit. It's going, yeah.
Especially if they're not showing an improvement on like defense and on that side of the ball. If we're, like if we're look like the same as we did last season, you have to make a move. And I like Rick Carlisle. I think Rick Carlisle is a good coach. I really do. I think he'll get this team turned around. But if they don't look better by about midway through the season, I mean, I agree. I think he could be in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if we're sitting at about 500 or like under 500. I think that danger zone is going to be where the team is at as far as record rise, and if we start having issues. Oh, I hate it too, David. You already know.
They say he thinks they'll give him this year and next, but they'll have to be pretty competitive this year and win a lot next year.
Yeah, Tyrese Hiller came back from the injury, unfortunately, that he had up in New York.
Yeah, and when Halliburton went down after that, they never could get back in that rhythm that they were in the first part of the season.
No, and Miles went down with the injury too, which sucks.
Yep.
Then it's like pretty much, it's like we've seen this song before, so we know how this is going to end, Hate to be that way, but when you see it so many times play out over the course of a season.
Yeah, every time we think we're starting to get good, there's somebody get big injury, it seems like.
Yep.
Seen it with Paul George.
And Victor.
Yeah, Victor.
Tyrese need to watch about playing that.
And then Victor won it out. It's like, motherfucker, come on now. You said this was your house. What the hell happened?
He found out real quick that unfortunately it wasn't his house, then I just hope that Tyrese need to watch about going and playing the Olympics, especially after seeing what happened with Paul George that one year.
Yeah. Now, how do you think that Olympic team is going to do? Well, I guess the team that's getting ready to play in this World Cup thing, I guess that's not the same. Isn't going to be the same for the Olympics, correct?
Yeah, I think that's why it's almost the same exact thing for the women's side. Women's side right now is kind of like relative college players that are not in the W, and they won't do too well. They'll probably get a medal out of it, but I don't think they'll get gold. They'll probably get like smoked by like Argentina or somebody, one of the good teams.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it depending on what's on TV at the time.
Yeah, you remember that one year that the FIBA was in Indy at the end of Richard's career, and like Croatia beat us in the final or something like that.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
Well, that's why I'm asking Dave. Like this World Cup team, it has like Halliburton and some of them guys, but it don't have none like your bigger name guys.
Like George,
so I'm wondering for the Olympics. Yeah, like for the Olympics, are any of the bigger name guys going to play? I hope they do, because it's like World Cup tournament they're getting ready to play in. They're not.
Yeah, I think FIBA is like the Olympic B team in that way, so I think that's the reason why. They want to save LeBron Durant for when the Olympics.
Well, I hope so, but we'll. You know what I mean? Are they going to play?
Yeah.
These guys don't want to. They don't want to play 55, 60 games in a season anymore. They want to play in the Olympics.
Yeah.
To be honest, look at all the load management that goes on now.
Yeah. Kawhi Leonard style, all that. My goodness, man. Him and his load management is part of the reason why he is hurt all the time.
It's messed up. It's messed up that he's the poster boy for load management, and this dude can't stay healthy. So how could you argue that load management is helping you, and you've been hurt more since you started load managing than you was before.
Exactly. He was better before he started doing that back those last couple of championship run years when he was young with Popovich and Tim Duncan and Ginobili and Tony Parker. You know those guys.
Yeah.
Ever since he started getting, I want to start little managing everything. It's when he went into the pooper that way.
No, I'm excited for. I'll be excited for that. Right now, I'm ready for some football. I'm ready for the Colts. I'm ready to see what Anthony Richardson. I want to see what Anthony Richardson's going to look like.
Speaking of Anthony Richardson, I got a nice little bet I want to talk to you about that I heard on the radio this morning. There is a season-long bet for the Colts to score one passing touchdown for every game, and the betting odds are like plus 20,000.
Ooh,
I'm about ready to 5 on that one, buddy. Because
one touchdown.
Colts player, which would obviously be Anthony, or for example, if the kicker threw like a fake to the touchdown, has to get one passing touchdown for each game, plus 20,000.
Okay, so it don't have to be Anthony Richardson. So say like, for God forbid that Richardson had to be out of a game and they had to start Minshew.
I believe
as long as it just has to be a passing touchdown.
I believe so, because I think after we get in here, I'll probably check it out and go back to you and let you know about that. Because you throw 5 on that, and that bad boy hits, cha-ching, buddy.
Oh yeah, because if it's any quarterback, oh yeah,
I believe so. Yeah,
as long as it's just a passing touchdown. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's games that I've seen teams not get no touchdown, but it don't have in this day and age of football. Most of the time, a team gets at least one touchdown.
Yeah,
and a lot of times they get a throwing one. I know sometimes they get rushing ones, but and that's another thing I'm interested in with these Colts team is what is our offense going to look like? Are we going to look like an NFL offense now with Steichen, or are we still going to look? Or are we going to look like we did last year, where we looked like we was running a high school offense and couldn't move the ball for nothing? And Taylor seems to be healthy, which I think is a good thing. Taylor's healthy.
I was going to say, I think we'll be better last year. I think we'll be more balanced run and pass attack. Because last year with Matt Ryan, he was essentially the Statue of Liberty, is just hanging out there, going and passing it because his mobility was gone. He had about as good as mobility as you and I. I'm not trying to.
And that's not a lot of mobility. Not a lot of mobility at all.
No.
Oh yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting season as well. I think Taylor being healthy is going to be big for us. I think we'll be able to run the ball better. I'm excited to see what we look like under Steichen. One thing that does worry me is Jim Irsay on McAfee on Monday. He talked like he was worried about the way he made it sound that he's kind of worried about Shaq Leonard if he's going to be able to play, and that worries me. I mean, that's arguably our best defensive player.
Yeah, Gonzo, you was reading my mind on that, and that's what I was going to mention next. I'm kind of worried about that for sure.
Did you see that interview on McAfee when Irsay was on there? I think it was Monday.
Yeah, I saw that because I follow Pat McAfee on Twitter and stuff. And what worries me, it's almost like the shades of the Andrew Luck saga. Yeah,
because I mean, Irsay sounded concerned about it, and because even Pat was like, I thought Leonard was good. I didn't know. Pat was thrown back by it, and Pat's in the know with the Colts. I mean, he has a lot of access to the Colts. So for him to be kind of thrown back by it, that kind of scared me a little bit. That was an interesting interview if you watch the whole interview, dude, it's an interesting interview with Jim Irsay. He's talking about his traveling museum thing that's going around, and talking about helping move a well, and it was an interesting conversation for for sure.
Oh yeah.
He also had Peyton Manning on there that day.
Well, yeah, because you remember what happened with when they brought Peyton out right before Angel Luck retires. So it's one of those things. You're gonna have Peyton go out there and say, "Oh yeah, he's ready to go," and then all of a sudden, the following week he retires.
Yep.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Peyton was on Pat's show on Monday. Irsay was on there Monday, and yesterday had Ice Cube on there.
yeah,
now he's off for like close to 3 weeks.
Yeah, I seen where he did the ESPYs, and I remember somebody in the chat here was talking about that earlier. Not so much Pat McAfee, but I think it was like the ESPYs were rigged or something like that. But
yeah, I haven't watched the ESPYs for a while. To be honest, it turned into from being a sports award show to being a political
like
show, and not
or like the Slammies on the WWE.
Yeah. And not only and not just that, a lot of the awards get announced the day before, so you already know who won the awards, almost all the awards before the show ever comes on. So
exactly.
it's you know what I mean.
It's one of those things.
I haven't watched.
Have people come out after everybody already knows the results.
Yeah, so it's hard for me to get interested in watching when I already know all the results. It's like if I miss a WWE show, and I talk to somebody and I find, or not even talk to somebody, get on the internet and see all the results. It's hard to go, and you might go back and watch a certain match or two, but you know what I mean. It's not the same sitting there watching the whole show if you already know what's going to happen. But like I used to like watching it because I like listening to like a lot of the speeches, like the Stuart Scott.
Back
of course, Jimmy G. Like I wanted to hear what McAfee said tonight, but I haven't got to see it yet because I was doing the Blake Wright interview when he was on there. I turned it on my TV, but I had the sound down because I was talking to Blake.
Yeah, I got a spoiler for you, David. Chase Elliott is going to win on Sunday. There you go.
No, I haven't watched much NASCAR the last couple weeks. How's it been? I know you're big into NASCAR.
So the Atlanta night race on Sunday night, it ended up getting shortened. It ended up being rain shortened because of the rain. But they kind of knew that, and yeah, I do got jokes, David. I got jokes as the day is long, man. But so during the race on Sunday, but everybody knew that the rain was coming in and everything, so all the teams are like strategizing based on how to think the race will end. So it was all a big cluster hell in that way. And William Byron, who drives the number 24 car for Hendrick Motorsport, won the race on Sunday and everything, and Chase finished mid-pack. So I think at this point he's definitely going to have to win. But even if Chase does win a race before the playoffs, I think it's going to be essentially one and done. But we all know that the champion this year is likely going to be Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch.
If it ain't Kyle Busch, it'll be William Byron, because those two have been the ones that have been the most consistent this year, besides Kyle Larson and maybe Denny Hamlin.
Is LA going to make the playoffs?
Yes, but by barely, because between his injury and him being a dumbass.
I know that was the big discussion.
Yeah, because he can't point his way in now with the with especially Rick Denny, and then that race getting short on Sunday night. So yeah.
So he has to win a race. So he has to win a race now to get in.
Right? Yes. I have to agree with David on the majority part of that. I don't think he'll get in. I think he's going to have to get lucky at this point, because the guys around him, especially Hendrick, are just doing so much better than him right now. So He's like the third best guy in Hendrick right now, behind William Byron and Kyra Larson. So,
where are they at this weekend?
They're at New Hampshire. Actually, I believe Kyle Busch is one of his best tracks. So,
I'm gonna have to go to a race. I've never been to one. I need to go to one.
They're going back to the Oval
next
year.
Yeah, I've been to some smaller races.
Yeah. They're going back to the Oval next year here at the Brickyard. So I believe that they're going to start testing on it. I saw a thing earlier on Facebook about that. So, but it's kind of been well known at this point that the road course deal here at the Brickyard was going to be a short deal to see how it was going to go. The COVID year when they ran it on the Xfinity was good. The first year when they ran it on the Cup, the year after was okay, but it's kind of like been downhill ever since and everything. I do hope when they bring it back next year, it's actually in the original time slot that the Brickyard was on during COVID, which is the 4th of July. Because if they had that bad boy on 4th of July, man, that would be fun as hell.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'd like to go to one.
Yeah.
Been to some smaller races, never been to a big race. I'd like to go to the Indy 500 one time as well, just because the spectacle that it is, and it's so close. I'm so close to it.
Yeah, it's fun as hell every year.
I agree with you, David. It's too hot in July.
You should have came with me to St. Louis in that 95-degree heat, David. It was fun as hell.
But I will say this: I would rather be hot than to be than to be cold. So my body don't do good in the cold. So I'd much rather be hot if I had to choose one or the other.
Yeah, he definitely should go to Truck Race the Friday, August 11th at IRP. That's a night race. Well, for me and David, that's all day thing for us, especially on Friday, because the ARCA will start at like 2 or 3. Truck series are going to qualify after that. Then there'll be like a little bit of a race test roll. Then the ARCA will start about when the sun's going down. Then the truck race will start under the lights. And that's fun. That's fun as hell.
All right, yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
He said you burn up in July.
Just bring your sweatpants and a jacket, you'll be all right.
Sweatpants and a jacket.
Yeah.
All right, man. Was there anything that we didn't get to tonight that you just want to talk about?
No. Actually, if you want to get into wrestling for a few, I'll be okay with that.
Yeah. We can do that.
Yeah. NXT. I know your dad Tony had told me about that match last night. I still haven't got around to check out that Braun Breaker match. That sounded like that was a good one.
No, I haven't checked it out yet. Have you?
I have not, but I think after we get off here, I probably will.
Yeah, I probably will too. I've heard quite a few people talk about it, say it was a real good one.
I did check it out.
NXT is underrated. They put on a good show.
They are, man.
I don't understand why more people don't check it out because it's a real good show. And hell, sometimes it rivals up there as being the best show of the week.
Yeah, I went down there when I went to Daytona because it was obviously a free show, and I purposely booked my room about a mile from where they do that show because I knew I was gonna get those free tickets off their page. Sure enough, I get it the week before and everything. And I tell you what, if you get a chance to go to NXT in Orlando, go, because I'm telling you what, man, if things work out my way, I'm definitely going back. Even though that I did say that I wasn't going to be going down for the Pacer game this year in Orlando, but there is a potential possibility that might change, especially if that game in Orlando is like a Monday or a Wednesday. So.
You might see me down there anyway.
Yeah, NXT is awesome, man, and I'm looking forward to Fastlane, obviously. So.
I'll say, yeah, you got you some good tickets as well, man.
Yeah, I decided to go ahead and do the payment thing like I was talking to you about before. I was like, I'll probably not gonna be able to get a chair when I go to WrestleMania in March. So I was like, let's go ahead and do this. So I'll be behind the green T-shirt guy and stuff. So
yeah, it's cool. It's cool that they do the payment thing like that. I didn't realize they'd done that. That's a cool. That's a cool idea because that could really help people be able to get tickets. And that chair when they do the chair thing like that, it's pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool to be able to get tickets where you get the chair.
Yeah,
so I have one of the chairs, but I want not to show that it came from. So that'd be pretty cool to have tickets like that where you get to bring your chair home with you.
Yeah, most definitely. I didn't say on the receipt or anything when I was checking out or anything about the chair, but I went back and looked on it and everything, and I was like, I went and looked on my Ticketmaster account, so the chair included. I was like, yes,
Oh yeah, because them chairs always have some cool designs on them.
Yes,
they have the show logo and the show theme and everything on there.
And I spilled a bunch of drink on me, so but yes, you get the excitement.
and not only is the chair, it's that pay-per-view that's in Indianapolis. You know what I mean? What, a mile from where you live?
Yeah,
if that.
Not even that. It's more like a 0.3 mile. Like I think it's a whole mile, a half mile tops. And I can look out my window right here and see the building like just barely. So.
Oh yeah, and then man, SmackDown's been good. Raw, I heard Raw was real good Monday night. I haven't got to watch it yet. And Dad watched it. He said it was good. But I was, of course, in Jay County Monday night for that Retro Mania. Have you got a chance to watch any of it?
Yeah, I did actually check out some of it. The Hodari match was wild.
Yeah, I thought it was a real good show, man. I think it's probably been one of the best shows I've been to this year, man. It was a real good show. Al Snow had that crowd from.
Oh yeah!
As soon as he got out there, man, and it was a loud crowd all night, man. That crowd was a hot crowd. They were into the show. Yeah. They had close to 600 people there, I would say. So they had a good crowd, and it was and the crowd that was into the show, they were loud all night. I thought our picture looked real good when it got dark and with the lights from the grandstand coming down.
Yeah, that view was nice, man. Like you can tell it was a great night for wrestling out there, man. Like I don't know what it is about North Central Indiana, like Kokomo, and you guys in Muncie, but you guys have some wild fans, but that's a good thing, you know. The more wild, the better, because after what you were saying about, I think it was Dalton Love and that other dude up in Kokomo, causing all those fans to walk out and stuff,
Yeah. Oh yeah, a bunch of fans left that night. All that was crazy.
Yeah. So y'all want to buy a shirt, man? We'll sell for $5 because looks like all that you all can afford.
David said he watched all of it. But yeah. It was a good show. I had a good time. Got to meet Al, talked to Warlord and Barbarian a little bit, and Brian Pillman Jr. and stuff. So that's always cool.
Yeah, you see what Brian Pillman's no longer under contract with AEW.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I know y'all mentioned about this on Easy Money earlier, but I kind of hope he does get picked up by WWE and NXT.
It'd be nice. It'd be real nice. I hope he does.
Oh yeah.
And that guy he wrestled impressed me. That's the first time I'd ever seen him. That AJ Vest, and he was impressive.
Yeah, that was a good show from top to bottom. And considering the fact that the flyer that the DCCW had put out, I was like, man, this is like a late top of the line right here, Yeah,
they're going to be at another fair here in just a couple weeks, and
Delaware County Fair.
No, they're going to be in Gaston.
Gaston.
Just north of Delaware County.
Also up there.
Well, it's in Delaware County, but it's north of Muncie, I should say.
Up 65 or 69. Sounds like.
Yeah, right off 69 and like 28.
Yeah. When you start heading towards Huntington.
Yep. I'm not there. So it's only about, I don't know, 20. Takes about 20 minutes to get there from here where I live. We'll be there. I think August 2nd. I think it is.
Oh yeah.
I think it's a Wednesday. I think it's a Wednesday night.
Based on how good I've seen the Lays band book those shows, man, that dude has got it going on in that way.
Yeah,
that's what you call a good promoter.
Yeah, they should be announcing who's going to be on that show here pretty soon. So.
Oh yeah.
I know I'm ready for the October show in Jay County. That's going to be a good
Carnage.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw the ad that they had on the entrance ramp for that during the show, man. It's like, man, they are on it.
Yeah, going to have Godfather and Papa Shango there.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! You know that's going to be a good one. Well, he's going to bring his chicks from Vegas with him.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Hey, David, I think we got some ways. This little stuff to Godfather. I'll be sure to talk to him while I'm out there in Vegas. Maybe we can work something out for you.
But yeah, I think that's going to be a good show in October too. So I'm ready for Fair Fight.
Same here. Oh yeah, we cannot forget about Fair Fight. That is going to be one hell of a show. Taking place at the.
I'm ready for it.
And they're a dang.
It was an awesome show last year, man. I know that. Fair Fight won. We had a good time. It was a great show. They have a real nice fair there. If you have never been to that fair, you're missing out. They have a real nice fairgrounds.
Yeah, it'll cost you $5 to get into the fair on that day. But you can get, I believe you can get the tickets online for like $4 right now and everything. And you may have to pay to park the church last year the church across the street from there. They was charged to park, but that was only $5 a year. So you're getting a hell of a deal to go to the fair and watch very good wrestling.
And after you get done watching wrestling, go get you some good fair food.
Yep.
No, that's what I plan on doing.
Yeah, I wonder if Jeremy Hattie's going to be signing autographs after the show up with the year.
You never know what that dude's going to do.
Oh no. I was like, good show, Jeremy, after the fair fight last year, and he's like, "What do you think I do? Charity work?"
Damien, to be honest with you, I haven't seen anything on this yet, so I really can't comment too much.
Yeah.
On it. Have you seen this, Glenn?
I have not, but I know you and I have talked about come back on with you next week and stuff. I think we'll probably get it. I guess. Yeah, that's key, especially with it being 9 degrees. It won't be Vegas heat, when I go down there this weekend, but it's probably still be 9 here when we go out there for WPW next week.
Oh yeah, I'm ready for that. I got WCWO this Saturday, and then Warrior Pro next Saturday.
Oh yeah, it's going to be one heck of a couple weekends, man. Oh yeah.
All right, yeah, I will. I'll mark it down. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. I'm ready for some wrestling. I know if you missed the interview with Blake Wright earlier this evening, I should say, go check it out. It was a great interview. For anybody out there that's watching the show, if you missed it, go check it out. He talks about some of the stuff he's been doing, some of the stuff he has coming up. So I thought it was a real good conversation.
Yeah, that FanDuel bet that I was telling you about the touchdowns one game, it's on FanDuel. It's on the Colts section of the page. If you scroll down and hit show more, it's right there. Passing touchdowns for Colts, at least one a game, plus 20,000. Get on, yeah. Anybody that bets should definitely get on that.
So that means it don't. That means it don't. Yeah, anybody. It just has to be a passing touchdown. No matter who throws it.
I went back and confirmed that.
Oh yeah.
Because I was going to wait till after the show, but I was like, well, maybe I can get to it right now, and I went and looked it up. So yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Well, all right, man. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about?
I think that essentially does it at this point.
All right, man. We appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like and follow on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room as well. Like I said, if you missed the interview with Blake Money Wright earlier this evening, go check it out. It was a great show. Thanks, David. He said it was a great show as well. Want to thank everybody in the chat tonight: Dustin, David Kraft, Damian, Billy, everybody that's been in here. Always appreciate it. Join us tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, afternoon blitz, 3 o'clock Easy Money, a sports betting show, and then on Friday are all of our normal shows. And Saturday night we'll be live at 7 p.m. Eastern with WCWO Wrestling in Greenfield, Indiana, at the Boys and Girls Club. And the next Saturday night we'll be live at WPW for Fair Fight 2. But we appreciate everybody watching. We will see you guys tomorrow. Hope everybody has a great night.
Have a good one, guys.